This next-gen demo is presented by State Farm.
All right, we have Rev 3 games here at E3 at the VivaTouch booth. We're about to talk about one of the surprises this week, the new game that was revealed at Ubisoft's press conference, The Division. I am joined by Nicholas Sessler from Massive Entertainment. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Okay, The Division.
Yes.
What is it? I mean, it looks like it really is kind of like an MMO, but it's a style of play that you don't typically associate with a massively multiplayer game.
We call it an online open world RPG game. And with that, you can hook up with your friends and go out in the world and play together. And you can use our revolutionary matchmaking system and just go and find new friends and all those things. But also, we are a huge game world with dynamic content. So every time you go around in the world and playing it, it plays differently. And in its core, it's an RPG game with everything that's entitled to that, with leveling up, player abilities, crafting, skills, all of it. So we're super excited about it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and roll the tape on this.
Sure.
What's so remarkable, though, is the setting.
Yep.
Because when you think of a game that, that's RPG, that's multiplayer, and that fantasy or maybe sci-fi, you've gone for something that's in the Tom Clancy universe, which means it's grounded in an actual possible reality.
Yeah. As soon as we got the chance to work with Ubisoft on the Tom Clancy game, we were just super excited. We have a lot of Clancy fans back at Massive. And the thing is that we want to find something new, fresh, and a new twist to Clancy. And Clancy has its core values, clear and present danger, grounded in reality, as you mentioned. And we started talking about what can we do, how can we make it interesting, and fragility of society came up. And we just, oh my God, this is great. Why have no one come up with this concept before? Let's just roll with it. So basically what has happened is that a pandemic has struck New York City. And you know how it is when you get the flu and you get sick, you're staying home, can't go to work, and just tune that up to 11, and half of New York has it. So no one goes to work. So that means that the power goes out, there is garbage on the street, there is no one refilling the grocery stores, all those kind of things. So you're playing through the mid-crisis scenario of all of this.
This is also one of the most beautiful looking, horrible places I have ever seen. It's really
we're trying to
striking in the graphical fidelity.
Yeah.
So, as an RPG, I mean, I'm trying to think of an existing corollary in terms of how you sort of grow, how you upgrade, and how you're earning experience. Is that fair, or are you doing something much different in that realm?
If you look here at the map now, we can see that traditional RPGs and MMORPGs usually have you go to a quest giver, he tells you, go do this for me, come back. We decided not to do that, so our agents are self-supported tactical agents, which means that once you go into the game, you're on your own. You have 72 hours of supplies in your backpack, and some ammunition, and some basic weapons, and then from there on, it's up to you to find new stuff, loot, find water, ammunition, new weapon, upgrades, all those kind of things. And we are using kind of like a dispatch system. So when you go into the map, you get a map of the area you're in this case it's Dumbo, or down under Manhattan Bridge overpass in Brooklyn, and you see on the map different things that are going live, or happening at the same time. And it's some are critical, and in this case in the demo we showed Monday, it's the police station has gone critical, the guys decide to pick that mission up, and they go there and rescue the people.
So once again, that mission, the knowledge that police station, there's benefit for going there. How is that telegraphed to the player?
That's some of these things they have to explore and find on their own, but a lot of the things that they get will affect the game world. So basically, by clearing this police station, you get, first of all, you get some cool combat and some experience points from that, but you also get experience points for completing the mission. And once the police officers are back, they can go back on the street, start patrolling it, and they have made this area more safe. And that's a big part. You have to save what remains. So bringing back power, cleaning water, making sure that the police can protect the civilians, all those things. And you as an agent, it's your responsibility to help them do that. But you also get a code to their armory, and you get a really good upgrade in this case.
So in this way that you're affecting the world, is this happening on the server for players that didn't go on this mission?
Yeah, that's a really interesting thing. We have a meta game that's tied to the whole game. So a lot of the things affect the whole game, and some things are just for you and your friends.
So, I mean, are you working within a party of your friends? I'm trying to figure out like how unique it is to you and how unique it is to your party.
Okay, so first of all, we are one-shard solutions, which means that if you buy the game, you can play with everyone that you know. So it's not like, oh, I picked the wrong server. No, that doesn't exist anymore. So you can just play together with your friends, or you can play solo. And we have social hubs where a lot of players meet up and they can trade and they can do all those things. Then you can seamlessly go out in the world. You can do that solo or together with friends. We can be 4-player co-op together with companion gaming, which is the drone that you see flying over the rooftop there. Which is really, really cool.
And that's someone who's on some type of tablet device. And once again, how is he interacting with the world? How is he able to assist?
As soon as we started making the game and we realized we were going to make it for the next generation of consoles, we knew we had to do something next gen with our companion gaming. So basically what he's doing, he has his tablet. He could sitting at work or home or maybe on the bus even. As long as you have an internet connection, you can play. And he's interacting in real time. He's controlling the drone, he's flying around, it has his separate progression, and he can buff the players, mark targets, debuff enemies, and even shoot at enemies.
Oh, all right.
And it's all in real time, it's really cool.
And you had mentioned that there's something very unique about your matchmaking system.
Yeah, so we wanted to do something revolutionary, since we want to make sure that the game is played, it's plays best when you play with friends. Obviously, some people want to play on their own, they can go ahead and do that, it's perfectly fine. As soon as you group up with other people, you know, the game scales, the difficulty becomes harder, and you get more rewards, better XP, more loot, all those kind of things. So we want to make sure that people who don't have friends to play the game can get a good party going. So what we've done is that we're making sure that they match up players with the right skill set for you. So, you know, maybe you have a young baby or whatever at home and you want to play with people who are respectful of that, and that will hook you up with those kind of people. So you can say, oh, I need AFK 2 minutes, baby's crying. And then, you know, everyone has the same situations, they say, fine, okay, no problem.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
Because I think for many people closer to my age,
yeah,
you know, the realities of life do intrude.
You have to be able to say, okay, pause guys, I need 5 minutes, and everyone respect that if you have, even in random parties, if they use the system right.
Let's go back to the missions again, because obviously there's a narrative that encompasses this game. So kind of the way I would want to say, you know, main story missions. I mean, does this game have a beginning? Does it have an end?
It has a main plot, which is tied to the virus. We're not talking about the plot yet, but basically there is a main plot that drives you through the game, finding out the cure for the virus and how to stop it and who's behind it. But then all the fragility of society things are, we call it core progression game. And that is basically all the missions you can do, running around in the world, picking them up, and they change dynamically depending on the scenarios.
And then what I was gathering here as we get to the end of this demo, it's the PvP.
It is. We have something we call the dark zones, and that's the areas which has been hit the hardest with the virus. So there's very little communication there, and all those areas. And everything is seamless. You don't, you go from a social hub into single player or multiplayer co-op into the dark zones seamlessly. There is no loading anything. And in here you can meet, there is many groups playing, and there is both you know, PvP missions and PvE missions inside the dark zones, and you never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to fight.
How ironic that a game called The Division is all about not having those dividing lines in terms of all those types of gameplay. Obviously this is not coming out right around the corner with the launch of the new consoles. What is the goal for getting
right now it's winter 2014.
All right, well you have me decidedly intrigued. That gives me more time to talk to you about it and learn more. Thank you so much for your time, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Remember, in real life, you can't just reload your last save. Take your insurance game to the next level. Visit statefarm.com.